Roma are looking to hijack Forest over the Read deal. This is not good. Welcome to your Forest transfer news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up, I'll talk to you about Read and the latest goings on as our hijack is on its way. I'll give you the update on Diamande because it feels to me like Forest aren't learning from this Read deal. This is starting to stress me out big time. In fact, I'm having to make sure that I'm taking my optimum days, which are helping reduce my stress level that Forest are causing me. So if you want to make sure that you can stay calm in this transfer window where Forest are starting to get frustrating, make sure you check out Oxford Natural. You can get 70% off your first order. And it really does help when it comes to those match days and all these transfer news. Scan the QR code, use code FFTV and check the link out. Okay, let's jump into this news because God of Forest starting to frustrate me. I've been really patient, okay? I've been like, this is closer than close. I can see what we're doing here. I can see what we're doing there. But what have I been saying to you guys over the last couple of weeks? Forest need to be careful. Forest need to get these players over the line quickly before other clubs start to get interested. And I was specifically talking about Read. This is a guy who's suited down to a T to Glasner's style, system, formation, philosophy. And Feyenoord are only asking 25 million euros, man. Forest always bid 25 million euros on every other player, but when it's come to this one, they just keep upping it by about 5p, then 7p, then 9p, then back down to 5p. I don't know what's going on with why we're not getting the deal done. And you got to be fair to Feyenoord here. They've said 25 million euros from the start. They haven't budged on it. Why should they? The player's under contract. Yes, he wants to leave. Yes, he wants to join Forest. But they value him at 25 mil. It can't be one rule for one and not the same rule for us. When Forest valued Anderson as, he had to break the British transfer record, we didn't budge from there. Man City came in at 90 million. They came at 100 million. Marinaka stood firm and we agreed with it. We have to show sometimes the same respect to those other clubs. So Roma have now come in and guess what? They've offered them 25 million euros. Shock horror. They've gone in with the valuation. Now, it is still believed that Forest won't Read. I have no idea why we're scrimping over this 2 mil, 3 mil, whatever it is from our last third rejected offer. And it's getting annoying. Forest are one of only 3 clubs that haven't spent a penny on transfers. Now, obviously, I know we're going to spend, but we've got to start getting them in. Like we've just seen the likes of Sangare come back to the camp in Portugal, Chris Woods, and Doy's about to join as well. This is the time you want new players in there. We've seen Schlager joining there. So he gets a chance in a closed environment with just 12 days I think they're out there for in general. And depending on what day a player joins, they get time like 24/7 to be in and around the rest of the boys, understand them, get to know them, the staff and everything else, and obviously the new manager. This is why I wanted everyone in where physically possible to be in and around this Portuguese camp thing, including the new players. So now Forest is skimping over 2 mil. I don't understand it. We just bought, when I say we didn't spend any money, technically we did. We spent about 20 million euros on Sarr, who we've sent over to Olympiacos. So when it comes to needing 20 million to supply Olympiacos with some players, suddenly the purse strings are opening up. But when it comes to an extra 2 million to get a player that clearly Glasner wants, what are we doing here? Now, I know Forest won't necessarily pay the 20 million for Sarr. There'll be a loan fee attached, which, with the amortization and everything, means Forest net lose nothing. Okay, I get that. But still, it's about the principle. This is a player that Forest need to get, and they can't let it slip to Roma. Now, on the other player, Diamande, this also is getting frustrating. I'm going to need some more Oxford Natural pills today. I swear to God, Forest, you're winding me up today. At the moment, Forest are 3 million out when it comes to Diamande's valuation by Sporting. Now, there's been talks that it'll be about 40 million euros plus some in add-ons plus 10% sell-on fee. Forest are 2 or 3 million outside of this and are slowly creeping up to it. We're playing Sporting tomorrow. I don't think Diamande will play for either team, and I still think this gets done. But what if a Roma or a Juve or whoever comes in the last minute and says, what did you... Okay, here you go. Here's the money. to the letter. We're going to find ourselves in a Read position. Now, by the way, I'm not saying Read won't come to Forest. I still think Forest have enough pull to get it ahead of Roma. It's a question of, will Forest put the money up that Feyenoord will accept? But Diamande is a different kettle of fish, because Diamande is next level when it comes to centre-backs. And this guy is perfect for the Premier League, for Glasner, and for a partnership with Murillo and Milenkovic. So if we miss out on this as well, I don't think this one I'm more confident about than Read, I would say. And this is just kind of my assumption and working feeling on it. I think that Forest will get it done in and around the match tomorrow, be it, you know, a day or two after, or maybe even this evening. I just think all parties will be in the same building. It's going to eventually work itself out. But come on, man, it's getting frustrating now. We're probably, 3 weeks away from the start of the Premier League, with a new manager, with a new philosophy. I've been seeing some interviews with some of the boys out there. All of them are talking about how Glasner's, new philosophies, new everything is a learning curve for them. That they're working really hard, that he's got them drilled, that this has to happen, and, you know, X, Y, and Z has to happen, and he demands perfection almost. So when new players coming in, they're going to need that same learning curve, because they're coming from different countries and times. Some may not speak the language and what have you, and they got to fit into this philosophy. And again, this training camp is extremely important as well, because Glasner, if they were to come on the last day of the transfer window, for example, Glasner then has to build that philosophy and get them settled in and everything almost in between matches. Yes, we're doing 1 game a week this season, but still, it's easier to do it now where they're all together 24/7. So yes, I am getting frustrated. Yes, I still do think these deals do get done. But at the moment, I just think we're wasting time over a couple of million here and there, which Marinakis probably has at the bottom of his sock anyway. There has to be a reason, and I don't know what it is, why they're scrimping it. We do know that Forest have said they are not looking to overpay on any player in this transfer window, which is fine. I'm not saying going off for Sporting 60 million just because it will get it done in the next 5 minutes. But if the valuation is correct, then you're going to have to go with it. I use this example all the time. If my house or a house is valued at, just call it 400k or something, but I wouldn't sell it unless someone offered me 500k, then the person who's going to buy it has to offer me that money or there's no sale. A player's value is only worth what it is if there's a buying and a selling party that will come to an agreement. So let's see how it goes. The frustration is building. Go relieve your stresses by taking some of the Optimum supplements from Oxford Natural. Scan this QR code, use code FFTV, and you can get 70% off. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.